In part one of my vacuum series, I showed you how to, for $20, make a vacuum table using an orbit sprinkler head, a pool noodle, and a piece of melamine. In part two, I showed you how to set up the machine paths. In part three, I'm going to show you 2 more hacks that will work with this vacuum table. Before I get into the hacks of this vacuum table, I want to talk about one of the comments one of my viewers left that I thought was a really nice suggestion. They suggested using the Fine vacuum cleaner because F-E-I-N-E, because it's got dual motors. One's devoted to cooling the vacuum, a separate one is for suction. And if you use that solution, I don't see any reason that you would need a hole in the side of your coupler to keep your vacuum cool. So a Fine vacuum might be something you want to look into. I'm not an affiliate, I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I think it's a really, really good solution. And you may already own one. So if that's you, this vacuum table is even going to be a sweeter deal because you're already set up for it. Here's the hack. There is no reason that you couldn't use the other side of this board, the top half, and do a separate one. And also, even more so, you can cut a different sprinkler hole through the backside and go ahead, and you're not going to be going so deep that you're going to run into the grid on the other side. You can do a separate grid pattern, and that will allow you to change the grid size, because the downside of this not using rubber sealing to seal things up is you have to have a board that you're fixing down that is bigger than the dimension of this grid. Otherwise, you got to tape it off, and that could be a real pain. So you could have several different patterns, and based upon how you mount it on your particular CNC spoil board, you would have access to that for whatever job that you want. So I think that's a really easy solution, and it doesn't add any cost. It's just the time it takes to machine it. And speaking of machining, I'm going to now show you an even faster way to set up your grids than I did before. It's super fast CAD design. It's a little bit slower to machine by a couple minutes, but you can literally set up the entire vacuum pattern and design in probably 6 minutes. I'm in VCAR. I'm going to walk you through the entire process of making it. This time I'm going to do it in units of inches, so the imperial units rather than metric. Here's my machine bed in inches, and this is the thickness of my piece of melamine board. You can set up the rest, click OK. So we're going to go over to the rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and set the width down here to 10 and the height to 10. Let's go ahead and put it as a center point for this, and then hover over the center. There's my area I'm going to put my grid, and I can shift it around after the fact. So I'm going to hit close. Here's the trick. Rather than using the polyline tool, which is the best for fast machining paths, a close second is a very sneaky thing we can do with this vector texture tool. If you go into this vector texture tool and you set the angle to 0, and we can set the spacing between the lines. This will be our grid spacing. I'm going to do 1 inch just like we did the last video, but I'm going to make it so it's not a wave texture. I'm going to make the amplitude 0, which means this wavelength's not going to matter, and I'm going to turn the noise all the way down, and I'm going to call this horizontal lines, and we'll just hit preview, and you can see that it put in all those vectors for me. Click OK to accept. Now that rectangle is still there, so let's go ahead and take advantage of that. I'm going to go back into my Create Vector tool. I'm going to drag this angle over, keeping everything the same, especially this amplitude to 0. I'm going to change the name of this vertical lines. I'm going to hit preview. There they are. Hit OK. And if you go up here to your layers, you're going to find that I've got a set of horizontal lines, and I've got a separate set of vertical lines, and then of course I have my original outer trace of my rectangle. Let's take a closer look at those horizontal lines. If I go to my node tool and I come over here and click it, let's see what they did when they created these vectors for the texture. I have to ungroup them, so I'm going to ungroup them, and you'll note that it's like the perfect scenario. They put the starting node points, which are these green dots, in opposite positions, which is exactly the way we'll have our CNC machine it. That's going to be very, very good. Let's go check our vertical lines. And so here's my vertical lines, and you're going to see that some of the nodes are not like alternating. We would like if this is a green dot here and that's your start point, we want this one to be a start, but we would like this one to be a start rather than this side. We can solve that inside the node editing mode. What you can do is just hover over that end point and press the letter P. So it's going to come down here, and then I'm going to come down here and press the letter P. If it doesn't grab, it's because you're not quite centered. And we're just going to trace our way through this very, very quickly. And just like that, we've got our lines ideally oriented for machining. So I'm going to get out of this mode. I'm going to go to my main mode, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on all these layers, grab a hold of them, and I'm going to shift this up a little bit. So I have a new layer here, and let me just show you an extreme example. Let's say we had some strange object we wanted to put grid lines on that we would like held down. So just as an example, you've got a profile of something, and for simplicity, I'm just going to put an ellipse on here. That's a strange thing to put grid lines on, but you could use this for anything that you have a silhouette of, where you have a total outside region. And so if you have an object that you have an outside boundary on, what you can do is you can go over here and go to this offset layout. You can go inward left, and then you can scoot it in. You want to go, for sure more than your bit size, but maybe 3/4 of an inch an offset. And what you've got now is an area that you could grid out, and then you would hook your vacuum chamber to that region. So let me go ahead and just do that really quick. So I'm going to select that inner one now. That's going to become our boundary for our vacuum. And, it's virtually the same thing we've done before. The degrees, first you do maybe horizontal lines. We're going to place it on its own layer. And I go, ellipse. Horizontal. I can preview it if I like, and look how it made those nice grid lines for me. And we click OK, and that's still selected, so I can go right back immediately, shift my degrees over, change my layer name to ellipse, vertical, hit preview, OK, and guess what? We've got our pattern. We would just grab all these vectors here and machine them just like before, and there's your hold down. And if you hook your vacuum chamber so it hooks up here, you could seal it with some tape so that it hooks in well. And if you're clever to add some more, so that if you're cutting this whole thing out, you don't lose it, put your tab as wide as your width of your vacuum air channel here, right over the vacuum channel, and then it will still hold the suction all the way up in here with no diminishing, and that's going to keep that anchor down with the maximum pull of your vacuum without dissipating it over a large machine bed. And don't think you are limited to this. You could have like a gingerbread shape or anything that you're custom machining, and you could even increase the fineness of these lines, change your bit size from 1/4 inch to 1/8, and you could really have a micro hold down, and possibly it might even work by putting little V grooves in here. I'm not certain that you really need nearly the depth that I've done in these vacuum tables. I haven't, explored how little you can get away with, but I'm sure it's significantly less than 4 mils deep. You could probably do it 1 or 2, and it would work just as well. So hope that helps. And if you found something new, hit like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Have a great day.